Have you ever wondered what our planet would look like if all the salt in the ocean suddenly disappeared, leaving behind vast expanses of fresh water? At first, it might sound like an incredible gift. After all, fresh water is essential for life, and many regions struggle with water scarcity. But beneath this seemingly utopian idea lies a reality that would bring chaos to Earth's delicate balance. Our oceans play a crucial role in regulating the planet's ecosystems, climate, and biodiversity, and replacing salty seas with fresh water would trigger changes so dramatic that life as we know it might never be the same. Let's start with marine life, which would face the most immediate and devastating consequences. Over billions of years, fish, coral, plankton, and countless other species have adapted to live in salty environments. The salinity of seawater helps organisms maintain their internal balance of water and salt, a process called osmoregulation. If the oceans were suddenly fresh water, this balance would collapse. Fish would swell as water floods their cells. Coral reefs, those vibrant underwater cities, would die, and ecosystems would crumble. The extinction of marine species wouldn't just affect life underwater. It would ripple through the food chain, impacting birds, land animals, and ultimately, humans. Entire fishing industries would collapse, leaving millions of people without a source of income or food. But the problems don't end with marine life. Ocean currents, which are driven by the interplay of temperature and salinity, are the invisible engines that regulate global weather patterns. For example, the Gulf Stream carries warm water from the tropics to Europe, keeping its winters mild. Without salinity to help drive these currents, the system would slow or even stop, plunging regions like Europe into frigid winters and turning the tropics into unbearably hot, stagnant zones. The disruption to currents would also mean more extreme weather events. Hurricanes, droughts, and floods would become more frequent and severe. Freshwater oceans would also evaporate faster than salty ones, flooding the atmosphere with moisture. This could lead to intense rainfall in some areas, while leaving others in prolonged drought. Now, let's talk about humans. The idea of abundant, freshwater might initially seem like a dream come true. No more water scarcity, right? In theory, yes. Freshwater oceans would mean an almost limitless supply of water for drinking, agriculture, and industry. But here's the catch. The infrastructure and ecosystems we rely on are built for a world with saltwater oceans. Coastal cities could face massive flooding as freshwater expands more than saltwater. Agricultural systems would need to adapt to a new balance of nutrients, potentially disrupting food production. And as we often see with abundance, overuse and mismanagement could lead to its own set of problems. Beyond these immediate effects, the Earth's chemistry would undergo dramatic shifts. Salty oceans play a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide, acting as a buffer against climate change. Freshwater oceans would be less efficient at this, allowing more CO2 to remain in the atmosphere and accelerating global warming. Meanwhile, minerals and nutrients that travel through rivers into the oceans would accumulate differently, altering ecosystems on both land and sea. Imagine forests, crops, and entire landscapes transforming, or disappearing, because the oceans no longer provide the same stability. The changes wouldn't stop with nature. Space exploration and global trade would face challenges too. Rockets launching from Earth rely on predictable atmospheric conditions, which might become erratic in this new climate. Shipping routes that depend on stable ocean currents could become unpredictable or even unusable, disrupting economies worldwide. In this thought experiment, we see how interconnected our planet truly is. The oceans are more than just vast bodies of water. They are the beating heart of Earth, regulating life and maintaining balance. Turning them into freshwater might seem like an exciting possibility, but it would come at a cost so immense that humanity and nature would struggle to survive. This exercise reminds us of how fragile and perfectly tuned our planet's systems are, and it highlights the importance of preserving the natural balance we rely on every single day. So, the next time you look at the ocean, take a moment to appreciate not just its beauty, but the intricate role it plays in keeping our world thriving.